welcome. Hope that you had an amazing weekend, relaxing weekend, a rejuvenating weekend, a fun one. Hope that you are having an amazing rising, amazing day so far, and that you are just enjoying where your life is and are satisfied and are working on it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this reading. Of course, it will be a weekly reading. That means it'll be spanning the time of the week. The more I do these, the more I feel like the week goes quicker. But we're going to do it for our mind, body, and soul for the collective, okay? So versus just like kind of a weekly reading, we're going to really want to get into the mind, body, and soul for the week. Okay. Always starting off with our proverb for the week. Thank you, Spirit, for those of you who really don't know. Alrighty, we have 21, and there's a fish on there. They typically don't have like a lot on there, usually like a few faces, a few people, things of that sort, but that's a pretty big fish. So we're going to go ahead and read 21. Biting through. Above fire, below thunder. When an undertaking that is making good progress meets an obstacle, one must bite through with vigorous determination. Tentative or timid efforts will not serve. Thunder frightens, enlightens, illuminates in the same way. The just application of laws and penalties will deter those who would obstruct the endeavor. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So basically saying it's not time to be meek about what is actually happening, right? If there's something that has disrupted the progress that you have cultivated, that you are creating, that you are working towards, if that is in there, yes, it will be taken care of. It literally says, the just applications of laws and penalties will deter those who would obstruct the endeavor. That's because when you are like, fuck that, that may have tried to stop me, but I'm still going. I'm like thunder and lightning. It's loud. You see me, you hear me. Sometimes you even feel me because it can shake the earth. It will deter those who are trying to like come in. It's like, no, this was just a little hiccup, baby. This wasn't a setback. This wasn't a pushback. This is me continuously going forward. This is me biting through. Like, you know what? I'm going to take a big chunk out of you in my way. I got to get a chunk of you out so I can get out of here. Right? And it will deter others from trying to come in there. Because it's like, oh, I see. I felt that. I'm not going to even try it because what's the point? Right? So, yes, there may be an obstacle. Yes, there may be a situation that may feel like, damn. But it isn't to stop you. It's to actually give you a little bit of extra fuel, put a little extra, battery in that pack, right? And push you forward, right? So the affirmation is thunder and lightning overcoming obstructions. So it could have been just like a simple no. It could have been, simple no. It could have been just a delay in whatever you're looking for. It could have been a denial of something. It could have been that something didn't come through, something fell through. It could have been just like you have to lose something, whatever it is. It's a means of overcome that obstacle by being in more thunder and lightning. And it has been raining here, thundering here. We're approaching monsoon season where I am, and then of course there's a lot of thunder and lightning going on with the hurricane. So it's just this moment of allowing yourself to recognize that the loss of something can be a rearrangement of it as well. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get into the mind, body, and soul to get that layout and see exactly what's going on for the week with this obstacle. What's going to happen? How is it going to push through? What do we need to do? What do we need to take heed of? Okay, I'm going to get an animal for each one, the mind, the body, and for the soul, and take a gander there. See where we're at. See what's going to happen. See what's going on. Okay. Spirit, what do you have for the mind? What is and isn't working for the mind? What is working for the mind, Spirit? I started watching The Never Ending Story yesterday for the first time, and it was pretty good. It kept reminding me of like certain dreams placed back there. So I can't wait to finish it today, hopefully. And this one. Okay. What is and isn't working for the body? What is working for the body? What isn't working for the body? Trying to keep it simple, Spirit. So if you can give me one card, that'll be beautiful. That'll be great. 3 is one too many. What isn't working for the body, Spirit? It's like tension, stress, no sense of relief. All right. And what is and isn't working for the soul? What isn't working for the soul, Spirit? And what is working for the soul, Spirit? There we go. And then it isn't. Final one. Final two, actually, for Spirit as well. So, what is working? There we go. And Spirit. Okay. I'm gonna put you back up. That's okay. All right. So we have what isn't working for the mind, body, and soul. We're gonna go ahead and dive into that. What isn't currently working right now is the peacock. The peacock is someone that has reached a certain point that is really hard for some to reach in this lifetime, or just for a long period of time in itself, of just being sure of self, being confident in self, knowing who you are and radiating that outwardly, outspokenly, self-expression, things of that sort. But sometimes it can get in the way of not being able to consume certain things, right? And if we are talking about an obstacle within our way that we are literally supposed to take a bite out of, right, and eat and then throw out what we don't need, it's a need of maybe we're not able to digest a certain situation, we're not able to get over that no that we got, we're not able to get over this setback that we got, we're not able, it's a means of, okay, that's not working, I'm eating something but I'm keeping in too much, or I'm pushing out everything. And right now you need to consume what you need so that it can nourish your body, replenish it, so that way you can continuously see who you are, so that way you can full force through that lightning and thunder versus feeling like it's overtaking you, okay? So that is the peacock, which is also air energy, which relates to the heart, okay? And the expansion of that and the healing of that, okay? So the peacock is inner beauty, compassion, assimilator of anything, okay? It literally says, again, it says this adapt creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche, okay? And if this is about our mind, it is literally you holding that inside of your mind. You're continuously mulling over it and thinking about it and thinking about it, instead of taking a bite out of that shit, chewing it and like, that's what I got from it. Okay, that's what I need to do. That's what I need to push forward. That's what I need to operate. That was a no, but this is going to be a hell motherfucking yes. But I won't know that if I'm not moving, if I'm not showing who I am, which is that lightning, that thunder, that beautiful creation of that inner beauty, right? Okay? So when you are in balance, you are confident and you are kind. You are out of balance, which is right now, you can't digest situations. and right now you feel like this has been just the worst of the worst. Yeah, no, this is meant to be. That was the whole entire first part of the proverb was this. No, this is something that has been going great. You just hit a little hiccup, rub your throat, get it out, and move it on. So bring some balance, meditation on navel. Okay, that is all about the navel. That is all about the solar plexus, about knowing who you are. That is the fire energy, that passion, that drive, that focus, that reassurance of me, that sun, that light, that I'm confident, right? Okay. So the next one that we have that is working for the mind is the golden egg, which is a spirit card. Okay. A little bit back, which is the fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra. Again, it's that expansion of air. Sometimes when we hit an obstacle, sometimes it's a means of us needing to be more receptive to healing, new possibilities, new ways of thinking and feeling. I just dropped on my cards. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Okay, there we go. And it's a means of understanding that. It literally says message at the center of the heart. So maybe you needed this moment so that way you can take a bite out of what you need, so that way you can get this message, right? So that way you can feed it. It literally says the unstruck sound. This can only be awakened when you are quiet. And if it is meditation on the navel, you will have to be quiet and at a center sense of self in order to relax your mind as well. Allow your heart to heal. Allow your heart to understand that this is not because of it. It is not because of its wrongdoing. It's not because of anything that you did. An outside force is just a redirection to the right place for you. And sometimes just all that is, okay? It says, this is by bringing the mind into the center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. Again, that inner beauty, that luminous, that coming out, that being able to digest what we need, and that way we can be who we truly need to be, okay? So that is for the mind. What isn't working is the peacock. Not being able to digest. What is going to work is you being able to sit and actually truly digest, spit out what you don't need, biting through, okay? Excuse me. I feel like you dropped shit. I feel like you just dropped the ball, you dropped the handle on life. You feel like you don't have a good grips or understanding on it. Is that what's going on? Is that what's happening? Because I keep just dropping shit and it keeps falling. And it's just like, it's so slight that it's something I can just easily pick up and go through. Is that what's happening where you just like, damn, I feel like everything just, I dropped the handle on that. I lost an opportunity. I lost my moment. I lost my chance. Whatever it is. You didn't. Okay? So for the body, what isn't working is air. It's a lot of air energy that isn't working. I'm not saying that's the only thing, but it's a lot of air so far. And air energy is about logic. It's about communication. It's about research. It's about intellect. It's about the heart. It's about that healing, right? It's about that expansion. It's about new life, rejuvenation, the beginning, the start, right? So if you are having difficulty with that, it can be an issue, right? Not the, oh my goodness, the east and the west. I forgot the owl is also representative of that for something else within myself. But the owl is about abundance, clairvoyance, and treasures. This is a person that has a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. They have a lot of foresight, right? They have a lot of understanding of that. It literally says, you'll see and know exactly what to do with the treasure that is spiritually and or sorry, you know exactly what to do with the treasure as the wisdom out is on your side. It says you need to trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. So in the body, that is also not just obviously the physical body, the body of the material world itself as well. So it could be something in regards to finances, which is obviously the owl as well, which is treasures, right? That's why I said if you're in a lost opportunity, you feel like you missed your chance, you feel like it didn't work out, and it's in a means of that is not it. Okay, that's not how it works. It literally said it represents the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. Again, leading back to the peacock. So it's in regards to, we're not out of Venus retrograde yet with Leo, and that's in regards to relationships with self, relationships with money, the world, and things around you while still being centered within. understanding that I can speak out, I can be bold, I can be very authentic and true, and that is going to lead me to my right direction that I need to go. So, with this understanding, when you are in balance, you are generous, you are trusting, and you are secure. You are secure in your job. You are secure in your business. You are secure in your love life. You are secure in your relationships. You are trusting of those things that you have cultivated. You are trusting in yourself that you have also made the right decision within your body. You'll make the right decision to rest, to relax, to work out, to try a new diet. You'll also make the right decision to maybe pick up and move, to quit your job, to decide maybe a business isn't for me. Whatever it is that you are deciding or changing, it's a means of trusting that you are on the right course, right? And generous means you don't have a scarcity mindset. You don't feel like you're going to lose anything. You don't feel like you have to hold on to everything. You feel like, oh, I can get that. I have more than enough. That's the wisdom. That's I have expansion from the east to the west, right? It's infinite, okay? Says a wellspring. When you're out of balance, money quarrels, which is like money issues, fighting with your money, not being able to feel like it's like money is energy, right? It's that center of that. So if you're fighting with your money, feel like you have issues with money, or you're not, just like you're seeing in a way of like this is, it's like a toxic relationship with money. That's what we'll say. It's a toxic relationship with money, right? We understand that living in this world, that is what is needed. But if you have this mindset, especially with not being generous and this scarcity, I have to hold on to it. Money likes to be spent. Money likes to be spread around. That's what it's here for. That's why it's also green, that expansion, that growth, that abundance that needs to be planted, right? But if you're holding on to it, that can cause issues because that was like, I need to be spent. I need to be out here. You need to spend money to make money, right? So it's the means of if you are holding in something, again, can't digest it. You're like, oh, I have to do this now, this now. It doesn't allow you true expansion, right? And literally the next one is scarcity. Scarcity mindset, scarcity thinking. You feel like you don't have enough wisdom. You don't have enough thoughts, knowledge to get out of this, to take a bite out of it and push forward, to show who you truly are within, and allow that to recognize that this is an omen for good fortune and good treasure that is on its way spiritually and or materially. So within the body you have two palms, so that gives like a rest of anxiety, of fear, of feeling like a burden or worthless or worn out or burnt out, feeling like it's nothing working. It's a means of it's coming. It's coming because it's here within you. So bring it to balance and offering. Give up something. Release something. I actually really don't need all of this, right? I actually really don't need to have this. And it just an offering to someone or something that allows you to start to release externally, so that way you can start releasing internally as well. Okay, which is the mind. What is working is water energy, which is the well. Yeah, I'm in there. Okay, the well, which is desire to dive deep, profound peace, and ancient wisdom. Okay, this is about emotional health and stability. This is allows you within your body. Again, it calms that anxiety, it calms that nervousness, it calms that feeling like everything's falling apart, like you're dropping everything, you keep dropping the ball. It's a means of diving deeper and realizing, especially with the owl also having that foresight, that information, being that omen, it's a means of diving deeper into that. It also says that profound peace, that ancient wisdom. It reminds me of that song again, give me that joy that I can't explain, out of extra peace that it ease my pain. So it's again, if we are dealing with a lot of air that isn't working for us, and that is communication, that is logic, that is structure, that is planning, that is strategy, that is wisdom, that is recognition, that is growth, that is expansion, that is new life, that is new creation, that is new beginnings. If that is could be a struggle, diving deeper into this new start, into why it's happening, is going to be very profound and very good for that going forward. Okay? It says they are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, which is currently what's happening with the stop hold. Okay, they overcome many challenges in their lives. Their experiences have enriched them, giving them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare, which is also like the peacock. So it's a lot of rare energy, a lot of potent energy, and it's a means of recognizing that and what's actually happening. Okay? It says it is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication, that air energy, that opening, that giving yourself that grace for that healing. Okay? It says we can depend on well personalities when all else seems lost and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. Sometimes when you're starting anew, it can seem like things are just dark, but it's not that you're starting anew, because in the proverb it says that you've already put this into motion, that you have had progress, that you have been going forward, and it's just one little stop on the road, and that stop on the road is your new beginning, and it's the meaning of you needing to take a bite out of that, like it said, consume what is needed, diving deep and taking that forward. Okay, this is it, and that is what is currently working for you, is that diving deep, that pushing forward, that going into self, and then exuberating that outward like the peacock and the owl as well. Okay, it says when you are in balance, you are calm, you are steady, you are deeply compassionate. Okay, it's the ease of the body, you're calm in the body, you're able to make decisions, you're able to recognize that this is for the best. Okay, when you are out of balance, you are heavy. Like you feel like a burden, there's a weight, you're worn out, your body is literally heavy. And when your body is heavy, which is the physical, and how your spirit is able to move on this plane, right, and how your brain is able to operate on this plane, if it is heavy, you're going to feel like you're carrying a lot, which you are, because you haven't digested what you needed to. It's like you feeling heavy and bloated and stuff when they haven't taken a shit yet. That's what's happening. You got a lot of shit inside and you got to poop it out. We're back to this conversation again of taking poops. And then it says slips into old story. So you can be making excuses. You could be lying to yourself. You can have the facade that everything's good, and that can be slipping into an old story. You can just give up, which is self-sabotaging, going into a cycle, slipping back into that path. You can be slipping into old habits. So now the structure that you have had, what is said in the proverb, which has been pushing you forward, is now going to slowly start to slip away. And you was like, see, I knew it. It was like, no, you're supposed to actually keep going forward. You stopped yourself. Okay? So bring it to balance, regular self-care. So not a day, you have to schedule self-care within your life. Water does go with the flow. It's very free-form and it's everywhere. It can go deep, but it also has structure. It has stability. Like this said, it says giving them stability. Water likes stability. Okay? But so regular self-care allows you to have that stability and structure of confidence, of calm, of just understanding that I understand who I am, right? And I'm radiating no matter how deep I go, I'm still going to be radiating within your body, and that allows you to be more light. Because wells also come up to the surface. They can't do that if they're heavy, you know? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get into the soul, what is and isn't working. So what isn't working for the soul is the fish. The fish, the fish is very just moving. They're moving, they're restless, they're just like, let me do this, let me do this. They're trying to experience everything, they're trying to see everything, and it's a means of, you're just moving. Literally the first word is restlessness, right? So for the fish, it's restlessness, change of focus, and lost in the current. So again, this is something that is supposed to be striking up in the clouds. It's supposed to be seeing you are lost in the current right now. Lost in the sauce, baby. It says the fish loves to be subsumed in life's current, which also leads back to the regular self-care, because if you like to be subsumed in life's current, it can literally cause you to continuously move. It's a current. That's what it's supposed to do. It's currently moving continuously, and now it doesn't allow time to rest, time to think, time to properly plan. It allows you to get agitated, irritated. It's just you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot, and your body cannot take that. And if your body is already feeling weighed down, and now your spirit is continuously trying to move in a body that is weighed down, potentially, right? It's a means of recognizing something is not in balance, which leads to the well, that emotional and physical stability, which also leads to the owl, the booms, the treasures and material, the wellspring on this material and spiritual plane, right? Your mind needs rest. Peacock needs to digest. Hey. Anyways, it says nothing pleases it more than movement, movement, and more movement. Like I said, it says, but usually that can lead to a weariness and slippery relationships because you're continuously moving. There's no solid ground. There's no time to rest. There's no time to take all gratitude. There's no time to think. There's no time to plan. There's no time to give self care. You're just moving, right? It says, with all the possibilities out there in the vast water, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. So now the goal that you have been setting forth with the proverb said has been using and it's getting a lot of momentum and stamina and it's going forward. This little hiccup, you feel like that's it. But no, it's saying no, it's supposed to be vast. There's endless possibilities with this, okay? So spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul, which is literally the card of what isn't working for your soul is the fish. And so to soothe your soul from all this movement is to spend time at night. Walk around at night. The moon is always there even if you can't see it, okay? Water signs like to lurk. Water's gonna lurk. That's what it's also in means of your shadow self as well. That's why it is your shadow, because even if you can't see the moon, your shadow is still there. Your intentions, your thought, your intuition, your subconscious, your trauma, your healing, your triggers, your whatever it is, it's still there. But also so is your desires, your goals, right? Your self-sabotage ways, your cycles, it's all there. So being under the moon allows you to soothe your soul and allows an inner connection with that as well. So you don't feel like you always have to run because you're trying to catch every opportunity. And now you're just allowing yourself to kind of still move like the fish and go there, but now you're going towards your goals. It says when you are in balance, you are adaptable and you travel well, right? Which makes a lot of sense. You don't have to take all this shit with you because you feel like you can't digest it or you're going to lose it because of that scarcity. So when you are out of balance, which is currently what's going on, you are distracted and you are changing your mind often. This is pretty blatant clear. You're distracted, which means you're not focused on your goal anymore. You're not thinking about it anymore. You're trying to distract yourself from actually doing what you need to do, making excuses, or you're changing your mind often. No, actually, this. So bring it to balance. Set a small goal and accomplish it. And I want your small goal to be a regular self-care. So that will be your goal. My small goal that I'm setting is to do this every day for self-care, whether that's like meditating, whether that's like putting your phone in D&D and just relaxing, whether that's playing video games, whether that's taking a bath, whether that's going out for a walk, whether that's shopping, whether that's eating, whatever it is, set that in your schedule. That is going to be your small goal. So that way you're like, my small goal that I'm accomplishing is also to get myself back into regulation, right? With that. Or your small goal to be, I'm going to meditate every day, like the peacock, the meditation on the navel, that's centering yourself. Whatever it is, I want it to be in relation to something that's going to push you forward. That is what these readings are for. It's not just for you to talk and you to listen and be like, oh, that confirms or that makes sense. No, actually start putting work so that way it can resonate in a way of progression. Okay, so set a small goal and accomplish it. Set that small goal. I'm going to meditate at this time. I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do this for myself, or set a schedule. Whatever you need to do, that needs to be your small goal, right? Especially since we're not in focus right now. I'm going to tell you how to get in focus. Those need to be some of your small goals that you need to set. So that way, every time you accomplish it, it allows even more trust within yourself, reassurance in yourself and your intuition, which is also something that you need in order to, when you are going to consume something, when you're going to push forward on something, when you are changing your direction, which is still the fish and change of focus, it is still towards the same goal, right? Take that in, because your soul is speaking, okay? What is working is the cobra. Cobra is about patiently waiting, watching, seeing, ready to strike at the right moment in time. And it's also about inner knowledge, being a teacher and are learning new information. It is also fire energy, which is also the navel, the meditation on that, the who am I am statements. I am. Come on, Cobra. Did I pack that? There we go. So we have pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. Okay? It is the cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, and ever loving. The essence of the cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher. Your soul has much to say. Okay? It says it manifests externally in those special guides who've led us along our path. Right? So again, it's that means of trusting yourself, and anything else can just be a confirmation of that, but actually applying that to your work as well. So again, the peacock is about external. The owl, the what, all of these things are about still being externally seen, being in the forefront of your life, being taking charge of life, having control, reassurance, calm, joy, experiences in your life. It is still about being seen on that forefront and being secure on the physical material world. But it's also about recognizing that it has to start within. Because if you were to lose everything, you still would have yourself, your mind, your body, and your soul. So that is where we are relying on our stability. It allows a push forward on this material world for that stability as well. A lot better. Because with the state of the world, we can all lose everything in a second, whether it's national disaster or our government. Okay? So the questions that they want you to ask and that I also want you to ask yourself, if you need to take a moment, take some time, do that. It says, what would it feel like to be a student again? Right? And then I want you to think of it means if you're someone like me and you're like, I don't really care for school, it would be horrible. Think about it in a way of the next question, what are you ready to learn? So, in a means of like, what if I be a student again? Are you thinking in a way of learning something and gathering something in what you actually want to? Or in a means of, I have to go to class, I have to get up, I have to do this, I have to learn something I'm not actually interested in or I don't care about? No, this is what you're interested in. This is your life. This is what you want to dive into. Whether it's a hobby, whether it's for your goal to get a little more information on how to be better at it, whether it's taking a class for that, getting some certification, whatever it is, it's a means of that. What would it feel like to be a student again? And what are you ready to learn? Because when you're ready to learn, it means ready to listen. You understand that I don't have all the information. And I'm here to gather some information so that way I can kind of have a little bit more so I can continuously have that clear focus. And I'm not just out here with every opportunity and my soul's not at rest like the fish. And my soul has to be at rest. Okay? So, it says, remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When you're actually ready to take in information, learn, apply it, and use it, and have that wisdom, have those experiences, it allows you to actually recognize, okay, I'm ready. So when you are in balance, you are a student of life, you're humble and wise. So that is what's going to work for you. Understanding that you don't know everything. You don't have all the information, but I'm ready to learn. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to take that in. That is what it means for me. I don't know. Can you tell me? Can you teach me? Oh, I'm actually taking a class for that because, I wanted to dive. Yes. Like me, I love to cook. I've been cooking my entire life, but when I was able to find a vegan cooking class, I was like, I can't wait to hop on that because I don't know everything. I don't have all the information. I know what I know, but I also know what I don't know, which is that I don't know. So when you're out of balance, you are know-it-all and you are egocentric. You feel like you got all the information, you got all, I got it, but you're out here flailing like a fish, right? So to continuously remain in balance, taking a class and or studying. Okay? So the last one that we have is just from Spirit, which is the otter, which is water energy. I get the otter and the beaver confused. I'm not going to lie. In my book, at least. In this book. Not in real life. But this is from Spirit. Your ancestors, your gods, your orishas. I think my earring just dropped again. Oh my goodness. It does not want to stay in, so we won't leave it in. That's cool. So they are saying the otter, which is water energy, is unobstructed joy, playfulness, and contentment. So this is letting you know that, again, once you wipe through this, you're going to go back into that heavy momentum. This is what it's going to lead to. Like I said, give me that joy that I can't explain. Add an extra piece that'll ease my pain. I want that love that'll never change. Give me that. That's what it's saying. It's saying it's going to feel joy and happiness in life again. You are literally that breath of new. Which is why they want you to take a class, because they want you to see things as new, as fun, and as exciting, as different, as all out there, right? It says the most joyful creature within this deck, at least. Okay, it represents absolute bliss. Okay, playfulness of a child, that imagination of a child, the feeling like I can do any and everything like a child, the imagination, the creativity, the abundance, the plethora of pulling into that, which is also the inner self of what you do and don't enjoy. Okay, we have some questions that I want you to answer. Okay, it says, imagine yourself with a little more outer energy, which is just looking at life as just fun, blissful. I'm happy, I'm satisfied with my life, I'm grateful what's going on, who I have, the energy, the abundance, where I'm going. I'm glad I can actually take a bite out of something and they recognize to back the fuck up from anybody else messing with me, and I'm going to continue forward, right? It's exciting. It says, what would life look like if you tapped into that outer energy? You're just like, I'm going to have unobstructed joy, which is unobstructed, which we're literally in the proverb was talking about an obstruction. So it means that yes, there is an obstacle in your path, but that doesn't mean your joy needs to stop. Take joy and taking a bite out of that bitch and moving them out of your way. And then looking around and everybody in the crowd and saying, you see this thunder and fighting thunder? You see what I'm saying? Thunder and lightning? Don't fuck with me. Don't try me. Okay, I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to keep it moving. And that's how it works. Okay, it says, what would it look like? Okay? It says, what would it take to bring you there? To that happiness, to that unobstructed joy, to that playfulness in your life of taking chances, having classes, of having that regular self-care, with being content in your life, satisfied in your life, having that peace, that bliss, that stability, those possibilities and infinite wonders and outcomes in your life. What does that look like? Okay? It says, the outer card begs these questions. So again, please answer them. And wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. Okay, so spirit is ready to answer these questions. What is it going to look like for you to be like, fuck it, I'm living my life? That's what it is. So when you are in balance, you are full of love and you need nothing. Which leads back to an offering, releasing that scarcity mindset and recognizing that I don't need anything, but everything is attracted to me and I get to decide what I decide to take or not, right? And you're full of love, compassion, grace, boundaries, confidence, reassurance, and self-trust in other. In that way allows you the inspiration, right? When you're out of balance, you're gloomy, depressed, sad, sighs. It literally says sighs, because when you're doing it, it's like you're forcing out the breath and not allowing the breath to come out. Right? Oh, it was me. No. And you make silly excuses. Like I said, it's like it's holding you back. It's like, oh, it is. It's you're going back into those old cycles, those old patterns, your old story. And we don't want to do that. So to bring it to balance, a dance party or a celebration, baby. And that is also a great way to allow yourself to see new ways, new obstacles, because that energy. And that's why in my deck it's literally called a dance portal, because it literally feels like you are transporting to another world, another life. And it's very powerful and it's amazing. And I love it. So dancing allows that energy, you to just trust in yourself as well and on your body, on the physical world. Because you're like, oh, I know what moves I can and can't do. But it also allows you to push yourself like, maybe I can. And a celebration, throwing a party, like I said, treating yourself, indulging. Right? I'm just going to get some. Let's do this one. Some messages on love, and then I'll read some final messages. Spirit, what do you have for the mind in regards to love for the week? Ooh. The mind mind in regards to love for the week? We have self-sabotage. So anything you want to say anything you want to say in regards to self-sabotage for the mind, spirit for the week, for the collective? A little bit more information. Self-sabotage. That was my other one. Okay. So we got self-sabotage for the mind. Self-sabotage in regards to love, when we don't look at love as something that is expansive, that is ever changing, that is energy, that is power, that is comfort, that is peace, that is ease, that is open, right? And all of these things, it can be self-sabotaging. Because if we're looking at love as something that has to be this way, and it's limited, and it's structured, and it's bound, and it's confined, and it's restricted, right? And all these things, it doesn't allow us to actually truly take in love, right? And or give out love. And that's also what some of the cards are saying. Being compassionate, being loving was even the last card, right? It allows you to see joy in things. It allows you that peace, that playfulness, all of these things to taking part of self. But when you are self-sabotage, you feel like, I don't deserve love, I'm not worthy of love, or you're making excuses about, oh, I'll never get in a relationship, nobody's going to want me, it's always going to happen, or you are too controlling, or you don't have enough boundaries, and that can also be self-sabotage. So it's a lot of things in a way, so that leads back to old stories, old cycles, old ways. If there is a situation within your relationship, it's a means of, am I going to self-sabotage it in a way of being egocentric? I feel like I know it all, I have all this information, I'm not taking a moment to think, to pause, to reflect, I'm not digesting the situation, I'm not seeing it clearly, I'm not allowing myself to understand who I am and recognize that they are different of me, even though they are extension of the love that I want. Whatever it is, self-sabotage, it makes things blurry. They got the little filter on it, so cute. I love it. But it makes things blurry, right? And it's a means of, instead of hiding behind it, right, and feeling this pain and this anguish, it's releasing it. So within your mind, it's something within your mind of how you are looking at love. It has to be this way, or it isn't going to be this way, or it's supposed to like this, it's supposed to feel like this, and it's a means of you are limiting yourself to the love that you can even experience, the love that you can feel, because you are limiting what you feel like is available to you in love. And that is also self-sabotaging. Okay, what do we have for the body in regards to love? Anything else for the body in regards to love? Okay, so we have not for you. So again, the body is not just our physical body, but it is also the outside body, the physical world, right? So we're thinking about love in that sense. It's a means of, it's not for you. Don't feel shame that something didn't work out. You see how they're kind of hiding their face and not really looking, they're holding out hands. It's like, don't feel shame or sad that something didn't work out or isn't working out. If they are not for you, you are also not for them, which means you want that energy. Like I said, love is power, love is energy, love is expansive, love is comforting. It is all of those things. So if it is someone that is not for you, that means you're not getting the expansive wide variety of the love. And that could also be why we got that self-sabotage in the mind, is because you're continuously thinking about it. How can I do this? Maybe if I did this, shoulda, coulda, woulda, and all these things. And it's a realization that this love is not for you. And that can be self-sabotaging, because now you're not allowing more love in, and now you're also not giving love as pure and as potent as it could be. So don't feel shame, don't be disappointed or anything of that sort that it didn't work out. Yes, you can feel sad. Yes, it can be hard. Yes, it is all those things. But don't think of it in a way of, I'm never going to do this again. I never should have did this. I did it because of who that person was or what that experience was. Your love was not given in a way of expecting them to stay around. Your love was given so that way you can enhance the experience with each other, and that way it was reciprocated. But if you are giving it in a way of like, that in the mindset, that's manipulation, that's control, that's uh, binding and restricting love, and we don't want that. So if they're not for you, don't feel bad about it. Don't feel like there isn't another person out there that was the only person for you. Any of things. It's just allow yourself to heal, to process them. But they're not for you. We also have lessons learned. As soon as you allow your body that release to actually, again, take in that moment and digest it and realize this isn't who it was for me, it allows, look at that, just two radiant, just bliss. She's coming out. She looks bomb as fuck. I ain't gonna front. But it's just this means of I am at peace and at calm and unexpected joy, right? That I'm waiting. And we also have to give it time. I'll go ahead and put that in there. We have to give it time. Give it time. Give yourself a moment to breathe, which comes back to the regular self-care, which comes back to the meditation, which comes back to setting small goals, which comes back to allowing yourself that I'm learning lessons. With these lessons learned is not to limit myself, but again, to further expand myself with the heart chakra, with the golden egg, that unstruck sound that comes from being in the center of calming yourself, right? So we don't want to self-sabotage, and the best way to not do that is to actually learn the lesson. Sometimes it takes time to learn a lesson. Just because you feel like you got a grasp on it, maybe your body hasn't gotten a grasp on it yet. So give yourself time. The next one that we have is options. You will have options coming in. Okay? It's a big world out there. That's why I said don't think that this is the only person. Don't think that I'm never going to give my love away this way again, or I'm never going to do it. I shouldn't have did that. I should have said this. Where it's in the mains of thinking there are more options out there, because if they're not for me and I'm not for them, that means somebody else may not be for somebody else, but they're for me. I'm not saying go out there and do some reckless, stupid shit. Like, I knew this person was for me. I'm gonna go do some fucking no. It's there for you. The time will come. Give it time. Give it time. You got options. You got chances. You got possibilities. That's also letting you know that, hey, there's a lot of motherfuckers out here. And we didn't work out. Let's go ahead and see what we got for soul for in regards to love for the week. Okay. For soul, can we get a little more information on hidden agenda, please? A little more information on hidden agenda, spirit. Because it could lead back to the not for you person, the hidden agenda. That they have a hidden agenda, which is probably why they're also not for you, right? Which is also can lead to our options of some of them having hidden agendas. Either way, given the time. But we also have self-love. So let me know that, again, the more that you are centered in yourself, you understand yourself, it allows you to also recognize when your body is like, this don't feel right. This isn't right. No, right? The more that you understand that, the more that I give love to myself, I can give to others. But also, if I'm feeling like I'm getting less love than the love I give myself, I'm not accepting it. But when you don't actually give love to yourself, you're willing to accept breadcrumbs. You're willing to accept here and there. You're willing to accept things that you recognize that I don't want to be loved this way, but I'll take it because you feel like it's the only love you'll get. Self-love is top tier for a reason, because it allows your body to now vibrate on a frequency of being adorned, of being loved, of being liked, of being taken care of being cherished, of being caressed in a way, of being held, of being listened to, right? Of being nurtured, right? Once you are feeling those things within yourself, it allows you, like, somebody has a hidden agenda and it ain't for me, right? We have love is a verb. Love is a verb. It's an action. If you're not giving action to yourself, you don't really love yourself. Okay? Can we get a little more clarification on hidden agenda, please? Speak now before I close it out. I think that's it. Yeah, hidden agenda most likely was a not for you. Okay, We have love is a verb, and then we have they adore you. So again, if you are already vibrating on a way that you are adoring and loving and caring about yourself, you are going to recognize when somebody is not bullshitting you as well, because you're like, this don't feel like authentic. It's kind of like when somebody, you're like, oh, what do you do for fun? Or what are you into? I'm into whatever you're into. I like whatever you do. We can do that. It's like, where's the action in that? Do you not love yourself to not know what's going on? So they adore you, but you have to know that they adore you if they are showing action that they adore you. They're not just saying it, they're not just acting. No, they're actually showing you in a way. It's like, this kind of reminds me of when I love myself, right? Yes, your love is top tier, but it's like, wow, I'm feeling it, right? And you'll understand that, and that's where that comes from. My bad. Like I said, I know you fucking lying. We're going to get some messages from Spirit, and then we're going to go ahead and get our final messages from Spirit. Alright, what do you got for love, Spirit? I know you fucking lying. Got for love, Spirit. We got friends to lovers. Ooh. Alright, yeah, that's it. Spirit said friends to lovers. This is creating and cultivating a foundation of friendship, companionship, getting to know each other, one another, being intrigued and like of one another, and then we're like, hey, let's be lovers. Yeah, let's change that. Now it's just Spirit is saying it could be a friend, it could be somebody that you become friends with. Progression is as progression does. What the hell? What the heck? The car's being flipped. Alright. I don't think I can make it in an hour. Probably. We'll see. What do you have, Spirit, for final messages for the mind? For the mind, Spirit, for the week. For the mind. Anything else for the mind? Anything else for the mind? Alright. So for the mind, we literally have mental health check. Again, it is something that is not working in your advantage, which is the peacock, which is you continuously mulling over something, thinking about something, and that is allowing you to only see this one option. It is not allowing you alleviation. It is not allowing you release. It is not allowing you the determination to see that there's other possibilities out there. You need a mental health check. You need to calm yourself. Meditation on the navel for a reason. Literally, the next card also said to fucking meditate, to take a moment. Go outside for a walk if sitting down doesn't work out for you. Dance. Dancing is also meditation because it allows you to be centered in self and just focus on your body and your mind and your movement, and it literally puts you into a trance. Mental health check. Journaling. Being open and honest with yourself, because we also have liar. So if you're not being real with yourself, you're not being real with your certain situation, your circumstances, it doesn't allow you to see real, authentic options. Then you're out here failing like the fish because now your spirit is confused because it doesn't know what's real or what's not, because you're trying to lie to yourself. And that's not a strong foundation. And you need one, so you need to do some shadow work. Shadow work is needed. That's also why you need to be under the moon. You need to be more in connection with self, understanding of self. And that isn't a means of not taking everything at face value, at face front, right? Oh, it is what it is. Oh, it will be what it be. If it was supposed to happen, it's supposed to happen. No. Spirit is saying, there's more to this, dig deeper and get off your ass. Mentally, you're holding yourself back by lying to yourself, by making excuses, by not feeling like you can't restructure, by limiting your own mindset, your own capabilities, which leads back to that scarcity. It's taking it all in and realizing there's so much more to this. You need to dig deeper. Oh, excuse me, that felt good to release the back. So taking that step, answering those questions, getting to understand yourself, meditating, being in the center of self, offering, communicating with your ancestors, asking for, there's more to this, dig deeper. But if you don't dig deeper like the well who's able to dive deep, how are you going to illuminate yourself? Okay? Excuse me. We have throat punch. It is going to punch you in the throat once you realize that you have been self-sabotaging in a lot of ways, not just in love, but in a way of like, oh, I'm mulling over this issue. There is no more time to waste. Be like that thunder and lightning and show who you are. Shake the room. Make something shake. Make something happen. It's the realization that it may punch you in the throat with this change that didn't work out. The no that you got in, the delay that you've gotten, the setback or whatever it is, it may punch you in the throat, but it's just a means of like a hiccup. Massage that throat, baby, and get it on out, okay? Because right now the ancestors are displeased with you not working, with you not thinking that you're not protected, you're not guided, you're not taken care of. That again, like the proverb said, it was continuous progression. It was a slight setback. There was a slight setback, so that way again you can show your power, your authority, who you are, that inner beauty. Because right now it's something that you can't get over, and you're feeling anxiety ridden, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling scared, you're feeling like it's just means of ancestors are displeased. Because come on now, baby. That belonged to the streets. It wasn't for you. It wasn't a place where you were able to make a home, where you were able to have stability, where you were able to see the treasures, the boons, where you were able to have the inner beauty, that confidence, that radiation. None of that. It belongs to the streets, and it was going to have you on a wing and on a prayer of hoping that it all worked out. Would it have worked out? Yes, because you are who you are, but we're not here to help. We're having that struggle within your mindset. When you are mentally like that, what you think you speak, you become. That also helps you with speaking things into existence, visualizing manifestation. It allows you to speak with confidence, allows you to have different plans and obstacles and things of that sort. And that is what pleases the ancestors. Not that you're on a wing and on a prayer and that you're struggling mentally. It pleases them to recognize that you are aware that something is inside of your brain that you need to get out, that you need to release. There's another opportunity out there, and that is what's going to please that young playfulness, that unobstructed joy. You realizing that this ain't going to stop me from what the fuck I'm doing, but I am going to take a bite out of them for thinking that they could, and I'm going to make sure that nobody else comes up with it, because I'm continuously moving forward for what I need to do. So, what do we have for the body, spirit? We have for the body. They got it again coming up. Anything else for the body, spirit for the week? Anything else before I wrap it up and close it out for the body? So we have shut up and listen, communication coming in, which leads back to the meditation, which leads back to taking those walks, which leads back to that golden egg, the unstruck sound of the heart, that expansion, that leads back to that inner child healing, that work, those things of that sort, that shadow work. You need to shut up and listen. You cannot know everything. You have to be like the cobra, that inner teacher, and realize that it is something inside, and that is what's going to help you. That is what's going to lead you. It's going to be like the owl. You're able to see and know all of these things and exactly where to go with that clear focus. And it is expansive. But you need to shut up and listen. Like I said, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Are you actually ready? Right? Because within your body, you have to take that in and recognize that. Are you actually ready? Because are you going to use this hiccup as an excuse to go back to your old story, your old ways, doing what you were doing? Or are you going to shut up and listen of a new way of seeing new opportunities and new playing states? Communication is coming in. Like I said, that air energy is not working in your favor because you don't know how to. And sometimes it comes again with making sure that your mental is ready, making sure that you are prepared. That didn't work out, so this is going to be this, and now you're thinking negatively about yourself. Well, Or now you're like, oh, I'll take this opportunity, I'll take this opportunity, I'll take this opportunity because this one didn't work out. Why? It's like this means that you need to check in mentally with yourself. Because once the mental falls, you won't feel motivated to move your body, you won't feel motivated to rearrange your life. It's just like mentally, you just sighing. Literally sighing. Okay? So check in on your mental health. If you are noticing things around you slipping outwardly, like this typically doesn't happen, this typically doesn't go this way, right? Or this, I typically don't think this way, I typically don't act out this way, or whatever it is that you're noticing, is like, maybe that's going on the inside too. Let me see what I can do, because if something is happening and I know I can control me, so let me see what I can do, right? And that sometimes comes with poor spiritual hygiene. You need more than sage, right? So you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna light some incense around my house, I'm gonna sage it, but you're not actually meditating, you're not journaling, you're not you're not meditating, you're not going out in nature, you're not doing any self-service work, you're not doing any selfless work, you're not doing any shadow work, you haven't cleaned your altar, you don't even have an altar, you don't communicate outwardly, it's just these things were just poor spiritual hygiene in the sense of like, you're not committed enough to yourself. And sometimes that causes you to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Like stick up your ass must be uncomfortable, and it is, because when you don't see that there's a way out, that is also poor spiritual hygiene. Spirit is not limited to anything on here. So when you're limiting yourself, doubting yourself, questioning yourself, you're not sticking to plans, routines, you are ready to take the easy way, that is also poor spiritual hygiene. When you don't know your worth, when you don't have boundaries, when you're not speaking up, when that is also. It is not just, altars and going out there and wearing white and no, it is something internally. That is what spirit means. It is internal. And that stick up your ass is uncomfortable for the body, and it's fucking with the spirit, and it's fucking with your mind, and so you are out of balance. So get it ready. Take a bite out of that shit. You're biting through it and spitting out what you need to. Okay? And sometimes that also comes a little help with the body is you need an orgasm. You need a release of the body. Like I said, if you are feeling weighed down like the well, you need a release. It can be an actual sexual orgasm, or it can be an orgasm of you picking up a hobby that you haven't seen. It can be whatever it is. Ooh, not my phone going off a D&D. So take it in. You need an orgasm. You need that release. You need that euphoric, transcendent moment. You need that moment at the moment. Moment, right? That energy, right? You need that really. You need an orgasm. What the hell? That came up from in between my thighs. Give a little, get a little. Literally 666 is about taking a step back and recognizing and realizing is what I'm doing and where I'm going in the right direction. Am I thinking in the right direction? Am I feeling? And getting that mental health check, taking a step back, calming your body, and then you're like, oh. And then it also allows you to, where am I taking a bite out of? Where am I knocking that head off the motherfucking shoulders, okay? So, give a little, get a little. And sometimes that comes with a strategy needed before action is taken. And you can't have a good strategy before you take action. Even if we're thinking in regards to the love that we got, love is a verb, which is action. If you love yourself, you would actually take the time to take a step back. Make sure that your mentor is ready. And launch that bitch. Because you need to get moving. Spirit is saying get off your ass. You need to get moving with this mental. Because mentally you are stuck. And they're saying get off your ass. You need to do something. If you need to go see a therapist, go do that. You need to go let it out. And you need to go do something. Because mentally it is continuously. You gotta let it go. Okay? We have ask for more. You deserve it. Again, that scarcity mindset is causing you to not actually get what you deserve. Because you're holding on to things that no longer are for you. Okay, you need to ask for more because you deserve it. What's the point of doing all of this and having all this? And that's also why your mind can be so. It's because you're like, I'm asking, I'm doing this, I did it this way. It's like, are you even asking for what you are worth? Are you lowering yourself? We got secret revealed, which can also help alleviate the body as well in a sense of, okay, this is what I'm doing. And that will also help you, especially again, because it's not just the body of the physical, it's the body of the material with the secret field that also help you with planning a strategy as well. Okay. What do we have for the soul, spirit? I was going to say, what do we have for the spirit soul? We have, oh, happy day. Spirit really is saying your soul is ready to be happy. It is ready to reap the abundance. It is basically saying your soul is elevating and pushing you to continuously push for your higher self. Oh, happy day, celebration, good news, all of these coming for you. So it means, again, you have to be ready, because if it reminds me of those videos when somebody gets gifted a car or something, like, oh, huh. And it's like, or they like worked hard to accomplish something, and they finally got it, and they're just like, that's it. That's all. Yeah, it's very anticlimactic. It's because when you're not allowing yourself to see joy in what you are cultivating, you're not seeing that, you're not trusting that you are making wise decisions. You are not allowing yourself those self-care days to allow that alleviation, those breaks. Once you get there, it's going to feel like I did all this work with no actual true reward. Because I feel like all the work, all the heavy lifting, all the digesting, all the releasing was a whole lot more than what I got. You know? All right. So, we have this isn't over as well. I already read, oh, happy day. So we have this isn't over, right? So again, like the proverb said, I'm going to just pull it up again because I was stumbling on the proverb. When an undertaking that is making good progress meets an obstacle, one must bite through with vigorous determination. Tentative or timid efforts will not serve. Thunder frightens, and lightning illuminates. In the same way, the just application of laws and penalties will deter those who would obstruct the endeavor. Again, it isn't over. Somebody just tried to throw a wrench in your bike, and you're like, bitch. Ha! No, you just hopped on a motorcycle, and you was like, I'm going to keep going, because it isn't over. It was just something slight. It was just you becoming the butterfly. Like I said, the lightning illuminates, the thunder frightens. It was you becoming that inner beauty. It's you allowing that, right? But if you are going to go in circles, it can lead to something bad. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. It can just lead to you not mad, but sometimes being stuck in the same thing and everything else is growing, but your life is that it can go in circles. So we don't want to sabotage. We want to recognize that, again, I'm still going to keep going forward. This is what the proverb said. It's not going to be stopped. Even your spirit said unobstructed joy. So don't think of this as a way of, oh, I'm starting over again. Is it? No, you are literally changing again. You are literally becoming the butterfly. That's why it's different. That's why you need to go inside of again, because there's something new. There's something different. There's something wider. There's something more expansive, which is also why you need to ask for more. Because if you are thinking in the same way that, oh, this is the only way I can do it, this is what I'm supposed to get, you start taking on everything, that restlessness, that distractedness, that just moving, that doubt, that it just leads to a downfall. So we're going to go in circles. We're not going to do that. Okay? Again, take a hike. Go outside in nature. Walk around with the moon. Enjoy that. Take a hike. Get outside. See how expansive life is. See how different everybody is. See how vibrant everything is. Take a hike. Take a moment. Take some elevation. Take some moment and some care. We have drop the facade. Again, stop lying to yourself, especially to your soul. It's just bad. They want a happy day. They want all of it. It's just a matter of you recognizing you cannot lie to yourself anymore. You cannot make excuses for yourself anymore. You cannot doubt yourself anymore. You cannot allow yourself to just be laxy lazy about your life. Drop the facade. Not everything is good. Not everything is great. But you also haven't accomplished what you need to. Whatever it is, stop lying. We have they don't care. Move on. Again, this issue can't keep going over and over and over again without you actually digesting it. Right? It's like somebody always bringing up the same issue, this and this, and they're like, well, why don't you do this? Nah, nah. Why? This is, we're going here for solutions. Are you ready to experience the feeling of the otter? They don't care. You have to move on in order for you to experience that, okay? We have communication coming in again, so you really have to be quiet. You really gotta okay, everybody on mute. Okay, and truly mute yourself, right? Allow that. So that has been your reading. Actually, let me pull this one. We're gonna go ahead and get some final messages, and then, because that was the final messages, but I want to, from spirit, that was for your mind, body, and soul. Let's get some final messages from spirit. See what they have for you for this week. We have spirit for the collective for this week. Final messages from you that you want to tell them. You want to let them know. You want to share your story. Just saying shit. Okay. These are good. Anything else, spirit, before I close it out that they should know for the week? You want to tell them? How about listening in the locked and key? Oh, not bad. Okay, so we have water. Okay, this is telling you to get near water, get by water. Water is to cleanse. It is to recharge. It is very healing. It is very therapeutic. Again, a lot of the signs that are working for you was the water, including the otter, except for the fish. But a lot of that was working for you. It was about diving deep, knowing that sense of self, that being able to flow with life while being able to still be grounded. The triangle is still stable, but it still can go with the flow. Okay? So allow yourself that. Let me see. Oh, I'm right there. I don't know why I did that. It says it's also about emotions, receptivity, and a connection to the bodies of water. And we are, 75-80% water. And so, again, it's about diving deep into self as well. So, again, it literally says get next to a body of water because your emotions are here to help lead you as well. Because if something doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel great, right? And it's not also aligning with your desires, it's kind of, that sense. The next one that we have is guides. That means that you are currently guided. That also means to rely on your guides externally, internally. So your ancestors, your orishas, your universe, taking that class or studying or going to a community center, going to a library, allowing that. Because if you are everywhere out here, right, and you can keep going over the same thing, it's going to put you in the same space. So allowing yourself, even kind of like the water again, and cleansing that and needing more than just sage, you're going to need information as well. You're going to need some movement as well, right? Nobody likes still water. It gets nasty, it has bacteria, and it's gross, okay? So relying and calling on your guides is something that is very powerful, okay? It says you are not alone. That's it. No, you are not alone. They surround you with their love and protection. Okay? All right. So the next one that we have is transmute. Taking this energy, like I said, biting through. Taking that energy. Caterpillar becomes a butterfly. Taking that energy, utilizing it for something. And literally said the progress is not going to stop. It's just a hiccup. It is literally the law that nothing is going to stop you or deter you from this. This is an unexpected obstacle, and you just have to keep moving. Transmute that. That didn't work. I'm going to take that energy. I'm going to take that. And if you don't know how, that's why they're telling you to sit the fuck still and shut up. If you don't know how to transmute, you moving around trying to utilize the energy and not actually transmuting it for your benefit is allowing you to have a sick of your ass. It's causing you to be uncomfortable. It's causing your mental health to be a little awry and astray, sad, depressed, whatever it is. Transmute this because that is not going to stop you. The seal of the prophet, it's not going to stop you. It's so that way you can now be like, oh, you really wanted to fuck with me? I'm going to show you my thunder so I can frighten you. And this lightning is going to show you how expansive and wide I am and how far I can go, how deep I can go. Okay? The last one that we have is talisman. Actually, hold on. Yeah. Oh, wait. Bless me. Okay? Talisman, which is about new opportunities, new doors, new gateways, new possibilities. I love that all of these colors are like green and blue and expansive, and also about protection and guidance and things. So it's a means of, again, you recognizing that Spirit is saying, hey, we're opening new doors for you, but you keep trying to knock on one that isn't working. We literally got all these options, and you just get to choose the key that you want and open. No, you're okay. Transmute that energy. Transmute and redirect. Start strategizing, taking a step back, planning, so that way you know exactly where to launch yourself for success, for long stability, for that wellspring of treasures and boons, right? For that stability materially and spiritually. Taking all that in. So for the week, for your mind, body, and soul, do as told, okay? Shut up and listen. Write out those questions. Answer those questions. Set those goals of either meditating or giving yourself some regular self-care of what you need to do. Okay? So taking this in so that way your body can get back in balance. Because your soul is ready. It's just your mind and your body right now, for some reason, it's just like, I really can't get over this. That shouldn't have happened. This should have happened. This, and I don't know why this isn't working out anymore. I don't know. It's a redirection, babe. And that's okay. Okay? So that has been your collective reading for the week in regards to your mind, body, and soul. Okay? You can always watch me do these readings live on my Instagram at Latisse_Moon. I do it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as well as special Astro days. Also just post YouTube. I also post videos on there as well that I don't post on my YouTube. Okay? Please like, comment, share with others that you feel like they can actually receive this message, get something for this message, as well as subscribe, so that way you can continuously watch me give out messages throughout the week and throughout your life. I love you guys, but love yourselves more. Until next time.